Hello, I'm Marie Hoggard. The question that you'll have on your mind right now is, why would I do a rent to buy? There's lots and lots of reasons why you do a rent to buy. The first would be you can grow your equity faster, as with a normal mortgage from the bank. With principal and interest repayments, it's about $50 a week that comes off your principal repayment, whereas it can be up to $100 a week that comes off your principal repayment via a rent to buy. So you're growing your equity a lot faster than what you otherwise would be. The vendor holds a mortgage on your behalf, so with the vendor holding a mortgage on your behalf, the weekly repayments are from $400 to $650 a week, but the vendor pays the rates and insurance, therefore it makes it even cheaper because you haven't got the rates and insurance bills to add to the weekly repayments. The initial deposit is credited off the purchase price, and that's generally from about $10,000 to $20,000 depending on the value of the property. The weekly repayments are around about $400 to $650 per week, and there again that depends on the value of the property or what your circumstances are, and the amount that is taken off the principal each week is anything from $50 to $100. You only need a small deposit. Now with the bank loan you need 20% deposit or 30% if it's an investment property. Not everyone has a 20% deposit, we're talking quite a bit of money here. So with a rent to buy you can get in anything from $10,000 deposit, which is a lot easier for most people to manage. The purchase price is locked in, as is the payments, so you know exactly what the purchase price is for the agreed length of time of the lease option, so you know exactly what your outgoings are going to be, what your purchase price is going to be, and that's all locked in, and so you've got that security of knowing what the purchase price will be. For a lot of people, if they're going to have to save a deposit, by the time they save the deposit to qualify for the banks, the value of properties is going to go up, so therefore they're treading water and they're never going to get onto the property ladder. You can profit from any appreciation. Anything that you do to the property that improves the value of it, that's all your capital gain. That's goes into your pocket. Whereas if you're actually renting, with a rental you don't profit from any of the appreciation of that property. It all goes to the landlord. So it makes sense to get on the property ladder and start benefiting from those profits. You've got three options. One, you can either sell right from day one. You can either sell and take the profit. Any of that profit, as I say, is yours. You can get a conventional mortgage from the bank, or you can let the lease option run the length of the agreed time. Credit issues aren't a problem. With the banks they clearly are, and you pay a huge amount more interest if you've got a credit issue. In fact, right now I don't think there's any lenders that will look at anyone with a credit issue. Self-employed or non-resident or overseas income, those are all areas that have a problem with getting a loan from the bank. Those aren't an issue with a rent to buy. It is purely the vendor that decides whether or not you qualify to rent to buy their property. You have all the privileges of ownership and the security of not having to worry about if your landlord's going to put the property on the market. You've got all those privileges. When you're renting a house, you're probably aware that you shouldn't be putting holes in the wall for hanging pictures, so therefore you can't be your own self. You've got to work within the realms of the landlord and what they set out in your rental agreement. You have no responsibilities of a conventional mortgage, so if the going gets tough and you have to walk away from your lease option or rent to buy, there's no consequences other than that you would lose your initial deposit and any credits that you put in. With the bank, you're likely to come out with a huge debt and a big mark on your credit. So you've got no lengthy mortgage approvals. The banks can put you through a grueling and then at the end of it say no. there's no public record with rent to buy, so if you've been bankrupt or anything like that, you've got that privacy, which is great for anyone who's been bankrupt and wanting to get back on the property ladder. I think the biggest thing is you've got the peace of mind and the security of owning your own home and knowing that you're actually doing things to benefit for yourself rather than keeping a place nice for a landlord who could at any stage, as I say, put it on the market and then you're shifting yet again. So for any further information, I'd be happy to talk to you. You can call me on 0800 00 3000. That's 0800 00 3000. So if this is a bit of you, go to my web address www.renttobynz.net or register online your name and your email address, and I'll keep you informed of the properties that I have available for rent to buy. Thank you.